Why, Shonen Jump? Why? Why would you cancel Ayashimon? It's been a month now and I'm still grieving this loss. And you should be grieving too. Yeah, you, the viewer. If you aren't grieving, let me tell you why you should be grieving, so you can share my pain. Ayashimon, if you don't already know, was a manga that ran in Shonen Jump from November 21st, 2021 to May 30th, 2022. It was created by Yuji Kaku, the former assistant of Tatsuki Fujimoto, who you might recognize as the author of Chainsaw Man and Fire Punch. You might also know Yuji Kaku's previous manga, Hell's Paradise. If you haven't heard of Hell's Paradise, then do yourself a favor and read it. Now! It's a series that really got me into manga, so you know it's good. Okay, let's get back on topic. The basic plot of Ayashimon goes like this. There's this guy named Maruo, who is just, your average manga lover. He's been reading manga all his life and always wanted to be a manga protagonist. So what does he do? He pulls a Saitama and trains his ass off until he can't even do basic tasks anymore because he's just too strong. Now he's as strong as a manga protagonist. But he's also the only one as strong as a manga protagonist, so he becomes quite bored with how easy it is to win fights. Maruo begins to crave a sense of challenge, and that's when he meets a little girl, and she gives him an opportunity to work as her bodyguard. It turns out this little girl's name is Urara, and she just so happens to be an aspiring chairman of the Yakuza. Oh, and did I mention that she's also the daughter of the former Yakuza chairman who just recently passed away. Now that the leader of the Yakuza is dead, there are tons of Yakuza members fighting over the position of chairman. Originally, Maruo declines Urara's job offer until he finds out that every member of the Yakuza just so happened to also be yokai called Ayashimon, and all Ayashimon disputes are resolved with one-on-one fights. After learning this, Maruo expectantly agrees to become Urara's bodyguard so he can fight strong Ayashimon and feel like a true manga protagonist that he's always wanted to be. Maruo and Urara then have to maneuver around the Japanese underworld in hopes of building their new Yakuza army. And that's the basic synopsis for Ayashimon. It's simple, but there are plenty of factors that made this manga have so much potential. First off, Maruo isn't just your normal shonen protagonist. Like I already told you, he's a manga fan. He even does his own version of the Kamehameha wave in the first chapter. Like, that's Goku, right there! That's literally Goku! This aspect makes this series a little more self-aware than most other shonen manga. Maruo is also batshit crazy. He enjoys getting beat up a little too much. Maruo can look like a straight villain sometimes with how obsessed he is with fighting and feeling pain. He's like Goku with quite a few screws loose. Plus, the battle system in Ayashimon is simple but effective. Each Ayashimon has their own unique abilities, ranging from ice powers to oddly specific powers like being able to freely move through ceilings. Despite some of these weird abilities, they actually are pretty cool in fight scenarios. Maruo has a slightly different power system from Ayashimon, being that he's a human and all. It's called Prana. It's explained pretty confusingly in the manga, but it's basically just chalk from Naruto. It works the same way, basically. This system allows Maruo to hit an Ayashimon's true essence, which allows an Ayashimon to be properly defeated. He also gets some nice world building in the brief amount of chapters we got. We got to learn that Ayashimon grow stronger the more money they have. This is why Ayashimon are most commonly criminals. There are plenty of mysteries that didn't get to be explored due to its premature cancellation. Honestly, it upsets me on how much potential this series had. It felt a lot like Chainsaw Man, which was expected. Ayashimon didn't even sell that poorly. A series that came out around the same time as Ayashimon, Doron Dororon, sold less in its volume sales by quite a bit, yet it is still in the magazine today. I've only read the first 8 or so chapters of Doron Dororon, but I can already tell that it's just another generic shonen riding off the coattails of Demon Slayer. Ayashimon could have been the next Chainsaw Man for Shonen Jump. but they don't have the patience and trust in their authors to create great stories. This has become a deep-rooted problem in Shonen Jump. They canceled another promising series, Hunter's Guild Red Hood, back in November of 2021. Both series grew passionate fan bases in the West quickly, and they both didn't even do too bad in Japan either, but both got the axe. With the way Shonen Jump is right now, I'm not sure we'll ever see another long-running series like One Piece, because mangakas aren't able to take their time with their own series anymore. If their series don't perform as well as expected in the first 20 or so chapters, they'll just be canceled. I'm thankful that series like the Big Three started when they did, because we probably wouldn't have them if they came out today. Unless Shonen Jump changes their business model, we'll never get another One Piece. I hope Yuji Kaku can bounce back from this setback and create another banger of a manga. But until then, rest in peace, Ayashimon. You will be missed.